Without the help of Krishna, nothing exists. Just like without no letter exists, without the help of Krishna, nothing exists. Of all trees, I am banyan tree. Of all sages among demigods, I am Nara. Among all means of suppressing lawlessness, I am punishment. He is also punishment.
What is the whole idea why he wants us to see him in everything? Like, why do we should?
So he's trying to train us how to see this word so that we can always remember.
Hi, welcome to KC Talks. In the series of podcasts on Bhagavad Gita that we are having with Dr. Keshavananda Swami, we're now entering into Vibhuti Yoga, chapter 10 of Bhagavad Gita. It is also called as Vibhuti Vistara Yoga. So let us understand what does Vibhuti mean. Hare Krishna Swamiji. What does Vibhuti mean?
No, well, it's simple. I mean to say, Vibhuti means a special skill or special quality in somebody. So Vibhuti can be a person also who has a special skill. Like for cricketer Sachin Tendulkar, he's a Vibhuti, the most famous man. Or maybe in Bollywood, Amitabh Bachchan is a Vibhuti.
So Vibhuti means speciality.
A speciality. A person is special because of something special in him.
Okay.
That's how people praise him. So that's called Vibhuti. Something special skill or special quality is called as Vibhuti.
Okay.
That is Vibhuti.
And what is Vibhuti Yoga?
So Vibhuti Yoga means Krishna is in 10th chapter, he's training us to see him in everything that is special.
Okay.
Everything that is special that anybody has, Krishna is saying that is coming from me. So when we see that, then we get connected to God. Just like, for example, I'll give an example. Just like our founder Acharya Srila Prabhupada, he was traveling in a plane to the west and he was seeing Charlie Chaplin.
Okay.
It was like, you have to see, like in the TV, it comes for everybody. He was just watching and he was laughing. And devotees asked, it's a mundane thing, Prabhupada.
Why are you watching Charlie Chaplin show?
Prabhupada said that his humor is very natural. And I was seeing Krishna in that because Krishna is also very humorous.
Oh, Krishna is humorous?
Yeah, God has all emotions now.
Okay. This humor side is something which is not very explored.
Yeah, people might not know, but he is in Golok Vrindavan. So you see, so he connected the humor of Charlie Chaplin with Krishna, with God. That is Vibhuti Yoga.
Okay.
So if we learn this chapter, then we will be able to see Krishna everywhere. Just like, okay, fine, I'll give you an example. Just like here, Krishna in Vibhuti Yoga, he says, Etam Vibhuti Yogam. Okay, he says here, I see, Etam Vibhuti Yogam. From 7th verse, the name of this chapter is coming. Krishna is saying, one who is factually convinced of this opulence and mystic power of mine, engages in alloyed devotion service of there is no doubt. And then Krishna is giving some examples here. For example, 26th verse, Ashvatha Sarva Vikshranam. Of all trees, I am banyan tree. Of all sages among demigods, I am Narad. Of all trees, banyan tree is supposed to be most sacred and the most complex tree. So Krishna is saying, I am that. Of all animals, I am lion. Lion is the king of all animals. Krishna says, I am that. So what he is trying to do? He's trying to train us. When we see lion, next time when we see lion, we will know that, okay, the power in lion, the strength in lion, the kingship of lion is coming from Krishna. So we will remember Krishna. So that is yoga connection. Next time when we will see banyan tree, we'll remember, okay, this complexity and this holiness is coming from Krishna, he is saying. So seeing banyan tree, we'll remember Krishna. So seeing this Vibhuti, among trees, banyan tree is Vibhuti. Seeing this Vibhuti, we get connected to God. Vibhuti Yoga.
Okay. So speciality of everything in the world.
Yeah.
Okay. And when you see that speciality, you have to understand that this speciality is coming from the God. That is what he's trying to teach us in this.
So he's giving many examples here.
Okay.
Many other examples.
So what is the whole idea why he wants us to see him in everything? Like why do we should what is the whole why should we see like that?
Well, the question is important. You see the point. Devotion means serving God and remembering Him always. Simple. But but we also have to see this word. Continuously inputs are going from this word, isn't it? From the eyes, nose, especially seeing. So at that time we'll forget Him. Either you go to a cave and close your eyes and shut your senses and sit and just remember God. That's not possible. Neither practical. So you have to interact with the word, listen sounds, see something. At that time you will forget God. So He's trying to train us how to see this word so that we can always remember Him. While chanting we can do, but we can't always chant. We have to come out and do our work. So at that time, how to remember God? When we are working in daily life, when we are interacting, that is this chapter training us, 10th chapter. That's the idea of this chapter.
But how do we remember Him? Like what is remembrance mean, Swamiji?
Remembrance is this, just like we see sky. So the vastness of the sky, Krishna is telling, that is me, that is coming from me.
I have a technical doubt. Remembrance is for that what you have already seen. I have not seen Krishna yet.
No, but Krishna is telling, I'm that is coming from me, so we can remember Him. No?
So what is it that I'm remembering there? I'm remembering His form. Like you see sky, oh, it is, Neela Megha Shyama, okay, His color is so. So here, but we have not, I remember you because I've seen you somewhere.
Oh, I understand. Okay. So Krishna is telling about Himself. So in further chapters, 11 chapters, He's telling about His form. That's the whole idea. You're asking me the question, when you're seeing, you remember God. What to remember about God? So He will come in further chapters, explain 11th, 12th, His form, His further qualities. He will explain more.
So here you see a line has a speciality. You understand that the qualities of the line are coming because they are the qualities of the Lord. That's what it means when He says, I am line, I am banyan tree, I am Ganges. Good. So then that shows this, can I understand like that Brahma Satyam Jagat Mithyam is not very true out of this?
Brahma Satyam Jagat Mithya, that's of course wrong. You're right. This 10th chapter proves that Brahma Satyam Jagat Mithya, that's wrong.
Brahma Satyam Jagat Satyam.
Yeah, Brahma Satyam Jagat Satyam. Everything is real.
Okay.
That's what this another conclusion of this chapter is.
Because if it is Mithya, if it is not Satyam, then why does He has to tell,
I
am lion, I am
You're
mountain,
right.
Meru, I am banyan tree. So because according to the Jnanis, this is all a mundane thing, right? Why, it has nothing to do with spirituality. So this is the most practical way of looking at the material world, isn't it, Swami?
In 10th chapter, Krishna is trying to train us how to look at this material world. How to look at this material world in order to remember Him and not to forget Him. That's the whole idea there.
And remembrance is yoga in itself.
Remembrance is yoga. You link. When you remember Him, when you remember God, then you want to do something for Him. You want to serve Him. That is bhakti.
Okay.
Simple.
So what are the other important
so
points?
So this, you see one thing. In the 9th chapter, last verse, I told 9th chapter is the last chapter, isn't it? Why? Because here, 10th chapter, first verse, Krishna says, Shri Bhagavan Uvacha, Bhuya eva mahabhaho, Shruname paramam vacha. Krishna says, listen again, O mighty armed Arjuna. Listen again. That means 9th chapter is finished. Gita is finished.
Oh.
He is Himself now. Because you are my dear friend, for your benefit, I shall speak to you further, giving knowledge.
That means the knowledge khatam ho gaya.
There. Yeah. Now He is Himself want to explain more what He explained. That's why I told 9th chapter is the last chapter. But we need clarifications more. So Krishna is continuing.
Okay.
So 10th, and then Krishna here, He brings a very important point there in 10th chapter. 10th chapter, 8th, 9th, 10th and 11th, 4 verses. These are called Chatushloki Bhagavad Gita.
They're called Chatushloki Bhagavad Gita.
Yeah.
That means Bhagavad Gita condensed in 4 slokas.
Yeah. 10:8, 10:9, 10:10, 10:11.
Why is it so?
Because if you read these 4 verses, all knowledge of Bhagavad Gita is compressed in these 4 verses. Of course, you have to read it. How they are compressed, that's another question. But it's first 10:8 and 10:9 are telling about material world, God, us, time, and then 10:9 is telling about devotion. How do we connect with God? And 10:8, 10:9 is like that. Then 10:8 is connection. 10:9 is how do we serve Him? And then 10:10 and 10:11 is how He helps us when we serve Him. What is love? So it's complete package, God, soul, service. What is the reward of service? 10:10, 10:11. It's a complete package. So if you can't read one entire Bhagavad Gita, at least read these 4 verses.
Can we go into these 4 slokas, Swami?
Yeah. These are like simple. I'll just tell you the translation. It is 10:8 is I am the source of all spiritual material world. Everything emanates from me. The wise who perfectly know this engage in my devotional service and worship me with all their heart.
There also devotion means.
Yeah, devotional service. Iti matva bhajante mam. The word bhajante is used here.
Direct.
10:9. The thoughts of my pure devotees dwell in me. Devotional service. Their lives are fully devoted to my service. They derive great satisfaction and bliss from always enlightening one another and conversing about me.
That how does the Sanskrit verse say?
Machchit magata prana bodhyanta parasparam. Kathyantascha mam nityam tushyanti cha ramanti cha.
Ramanti cha.
They enjoy. They relish.
Okay.
10:10. The reward of doing this. To those who are constantly devoted to serving me with love, I give the understanding by which they come to me. This is the reward.
That also, how does this one?
Dadami buddhi yogam tam. Tesham satatyokthanam bhajatam, again bhajatam. It is not our speculation that Gita's purpose is bhakti.
No, why am I asking this to read again? Because many people have this conclusion that Bhagavad Gita as it is, or the founder Acharya of your institution, he has done. So they think he is completely biased towards bhakti. So he presented the entire Bhagavad Gita from a bhakti standpoint.
That's true. People say that.
You have come across.
Yeah, but that's a good idea. You see, again, that's a good idea. Tesham satatyokthanam bhajatam pritpurvakam. Bhajatam. Yeah. Is there?
No, by doing this podcast with you, I understood that when we go through this, Sanskrit slokas, try to understand, he is bringing this bhajata, priti purvakam, ramanti multiple times. In the sense, he is constant. In every chapter, there is something called bhakti which has come. The only thing is, we have not understood Bhagavad Gita, wholesome. We only cherry picked from this adhyaya, and then we conclude that, this is what he means. But as we go into the conversation, then we can understand. What is the 11th one?
11th, Tesham evanukam parthamam jnanam jamtamam. To show them special mercy, I, dwelling in their hearts, destroy with shining lamp of knowledge the darkness born of ignorance. Again, reward. So it's a beautiful 4 verses. We understand everything. No?
Yeah.
This is Chatushloki Bhagavad Gita. And then Arjuna does something. 10, 12, 10, 11, 10, 13. Arjuna, he says, he himself glorifies God, Krishna.
Okay.
You see, Krishna is whole time saying, I am God. But in these 2 verses, Arjuna is confirming that you are God. This is not, it's not that you are only telling. Many sages have also told me.
Okay.
So these verses are important to get up evidence that he is God.
Okay.
So he says, I'll quote, Arjuna said, you are Supreme Personality of Godhead, the ultimate abode, the purest, the absolute truth. You are eternal, transcendental, original person, unborn, greatest. Now, all the great sages such as Narad, Asit, Deval, and Vyasa confirm this truth about you. And now you yourself are declaring it.
Oh, this is a very... He's establishing his supremacy here directly.
So he's saying, I'm not the only person saying. I mean to say, if it was Krishna was saying and Arjuna accepted, it would have been like, 2 friends, and between them something, happens.
Some jugaad happened.
Yeah. So Arjuna is purposefully citing. Narad, devotional authority. Asita Devala, authority of religion, dharma. Vyasa, authority of knowledge. So from all angles.
So he met all of them personally, Arjuna, or it is just...
Yeah. All great sages confirm this truth about you.
Hmm.
Vyasa met, they were there when Arjuna, Pandavas. So
Beautiful.
So this is a beautiful verse to give evidence Krishna is supreme.
Yes.
Anybody who asks how Krishna is supreme, just quote 10, 12, 10, 13. Finish. Everything is finished there. You don't have to discuss more than that. So now this is about this, and then the chapter continues about vibhuti. Krishna says,
then he starts telling about any very important points that he tells that when we see at Ganges or some some important things.
Of purifiers I am the wind.
Of purifiers I am the wind.
Pavanam pavatam asmi. So you see a devotee, you have to practice this. It's not theory.
Okay.
So whenever you are going, like in Hyderabad, that lake is there, or some river, whatever lake, you're going and beautiful wind is blowing. You have to remember that this is Krishna.
Okay.
That practice you have to do, because he says, I am the wind. The movement in the wind, the cooling power which wind gives, and the solace, that is Krishna.
Okay.
Ramaha Shastra Bhritamaham. Of all wielders of weapon, I am Ram. So of all Kshatriyas, I am Ram. So Ram and Krishna are one. That is one thing. Of all fishes, I am Shark. Of all flowing rivers, I am Ganges. So when we see Ganges, we remember God, because it's coming from the lotus feet of God. So like that. So, this is Aksharanam Akaro Asmi. Of all letters, I am A. And this is very important actually. Whole Sanskrit grammar, Jiva Goswami written grammar, one grammar book, Harinam Amrit Vyakaran.
Okay.
In that, everything becomes from A, no?
Yes.
Or we can't pronounce any letter without the help of A.
Yeah.
Ka, kha, ga, gha, gha, cha, 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 cha.
Yeah.
So Jiva Goswami mentions, they are quoting this verse, without the help of Krishna, nothing exists. Just like without A, no letter exists. Without the help of Krishna, nothing exists.
And what has he done with grammar, Swamiji? You were telling that?
Jiva Goswami has written a grammar, Harinam Amrit Vyakaran. Traditionally, grammar is learned through Panini. But Gaudiya Vaishnavacharyas, Jiva Goswami developed another grammar which is connected to Krishna.
Okay.
So he says, A means Krishna. U means Radha.
Oh.
Urja. So he connects everything to God. And the idea to connect everything to God comes from 10th chapter.
Oh.
That's the whole idea.
Then any letter that you just take, it can be Krishna.
Yeah.
Okay. Very nice. And any other interesting things, Swamiji?
So, Brihat Sam Tatha Samnam. Of all hymns, I am Samved. This is quite interesting because there are 4 Vedas, no?
Yes.
Like Samajor Atharv.
Yes.
But he says of all Vedas, I am Samved. Why? Because Samved is dealing with music and devotional hymns. Rig Veda is mostly dealing with universal laws. So again, devotion theme. Rig Veda is dealing with universal laws. Atharva Veda is dealing with all matter and civil engineering, all these things. Ayurveda. But Samved is dealing with devotion. Krishna says, I am Samved. Again emphasizing the importance of devotion. So like that, I think you have to read this chapter, But this is, I would like to quote, Dando damyatam asmi. Krishna is not just positive, he is negative also.
How is it?
Among all means of suppressing lawlessness, I am punishment.
Oh.
He is also punishment. People, nowadays people see positivity, negativity, leave it.
Yes.
Positive. That's wrong. We neither have to be positivist, neither negativist. We have to be realist.
Great. This is a very new point.
Yeah. So realistic means everything positive, everything negative is ultimately connected to God. How they are connected, that 10th chapter will tell you. Just like he says, it is good. Chalam dutyam chaletam asmi. I am the cheating of the cheats.
Oh.
What do you say about that?
He's a cheating of the cheats. So the manipulation and all comes from him.
So the intelligence to manipulate, he is giving. If somebody wants to manipulate, he's giving manipulation.
So when we encounter a person or a situation where somebody is manipulating us, what do we remember in this?
You remember that this person is thinking that he is manipulating by his intelligence. But his intelligence is given by God to manipulate, and he's taking the credit.
So technically you are seeing in every good and bad Lord.
Yeah, that's the whole idea. That we have to practice. That is called realism.
Realism.
Yeah.
You invented this word, Swamiji?
No, Madhva invented.
Realism, is
Madhva's philosophy is realism.
Madhvacharya?
Yeah.
Oh.
It's realism.
Seeing things as they are.
As they are.
Okay.
That is why the name is Bhagavad Gita, as it is.
Wow. Okay.
That's
very
the whole
nice
point there. So this is a beautiful verse. And then this chapter ends.
I want to add another point there.
Yeah.
Rudranam Shankara. There's another.
Yeah. Rudranam.
Shambhu Aham.
Among all Shambhu I am Rudra, I think he says like that.
Just
I have to have a look here.
Among all Rudras.
Ikshanam, Ayudhanam, Prajasanam, Pitranam, Mriganam. But why you want to add this?
Because there are many people who have this rivalry.
Yeah. Here. Rudranam Shankaras Chasmi. Of all Rudras, I am Lord Shiva. Yeah, you're right.
Because so much of Shaivism,
Shaivites and Vaishnavites, they keep on fighting,
and so much of things.
Krishna says,
among all the Rudras,
I am Lord Shiva.
Shankaraham. He's Shankara.
He's Shankara.
So when you look at Shiva, you should remember Krishna.
Yeah, that's true.
Huh?
Yeah.
So there is no ambiguity in this.
There's no ambiguity. Yeah, it's clear.
So why, when things are so simple here, why did we end up fighting? Is my question.
Well, it's all humans,
Maybe we have serious integrity issues, Swamiji.
Yeah.
We don't like the most simple things.
I think so. You know what? At a social level, education system is not complete. Children should be taught from beginning.
Okay.
But nobody teaches Bhagavad Gita first. At this is a social level. At individual level, nobody likes to read this book. They don't have time. It's such a busy life. Even if we distribute Gita, they don't have time. It's just lying in their bags. So basically, practically, what I would say, education is lack.
That is what I understood. Because when things are so simple here, why there is any fight? Because some time back we saw some Tamil movie where all the Shaivites and Vaishnavites are fighting, and then somebody has dumped a Vaishnava person inside an ocean, stuff like that. But then you can see Lord in Shiva also, because Lord himself is telling that clearly.
That's true.
In spite of Lord showing this wisdom to us, but we did not even consider this Bhagavad Gita before going into an argument.
That's true. Many people read Bhagavad Gita, but another thing, many people speak about Bhagavad Gita, but they don't present it practically. Just like I told you, this chapter is helping you to scan this material world.
Yes.
But nobody tells this. It's just theoretically people read and it keeps on going.
And where is this Brahma Satyam Jagat Mithyam coming from? Because all this is not Mithya.
Yeah, that's the whole point. All acharyas are commenting on this chapter and saying Brahma Satyam Jagat Mithya, that's wrong. That's coming from Shankaracharya.
Okay.
Advaita philosophy. And he actually twisted concepts. And that is what became popular. It became a fad.
Yeah. So it is Brahma Satyam and Jagat Satyam, and we have to see in good and bad Lord.
Yeah.
And whenever we encounter a negativity or we see anything bad also, we should, when we evolve to understand that, this is coming from Krishna, then you are always connected to the Lord.
Yeah, you're right. See, one thing I want to add here. Half knowledge is very dangerous.
100%.
So, Brahma Satyam Jagat Mithya we're talking about. It's actually, the source is Nilambar Upanishad. Now, Shankara will say, it's in Upanishads. We didn't invent it. But the whole idea is, it's a part of a sentence. But if you read the whole sentence, Mithya is not connected with Jagat. It is connected with some other word. Cherry picking some phrases, cherry picking some verses, misinterpreting, taking their own ideas.
But why go to Nilambar Upanishad or some Upanishad which I have not heard of? Why not
Gita Upanishad? You're right.
Why not Gita Upanishad?
That's the whole point. If you read any Vedas, any Upanishads, you'll get confused. That's why Krishna spoke Gita. And in Gita, Krishna says, if you want to scan any Vedas, any Upanishads, scan through the eyes of Gita.
Okay.
This is spoken by God.
Yeah, it is directly spoken by
Yeah.
God. Yeah.
So, if it matches with Krishna's Gita, then it's right. If it doesn't match any other Upanishad, then we consider it as wrong. Then it means we have to interpret it in different way.
Yeah. This is the fundamental
Yeah.
basis in which your
Gita
interpretation
is our
should-
eyes
Hmm.
through which we see.
Okay.
All other Vedas and Upanishads and Purana and Itihasas are an object which we are seeing.
Oh,
So without eyes, what is the use of that object?
great.
That's how it goes. And the last verse
Hmm.
is beautiful. Krishna says, 42nd verse, Athva bahunetena kim yatena tava Arjuna vishtabhyam aham idam kritsnam ekam shena sthito jagat. But what need is there, Arjuna, for all this detailed knowledge?
Okay.
With a single fragment of myself,
Hmm.
I pervade and support this entire universe. The idea is, Krishna has given many examples here. We discussed. You can read afterwards. But Krishna is saying, when you read these examples and when you apply it in your life and you try to see me in everything, then slowly you will get the ability to see me everywhere. Even those examples which I have not told.
Okay.
Yeah, you will get this ability and the skill to connect everything with me. Even a simple
I remembered
gesture.
a beautiful story, Swamiji. I exactly don't remember either. It is Kanakadasa or Purandaradasa. Guru gives him an apple or a fruit.
Ah,
Who is that? Purandara.
no, this Kanakdas.
Kanakadasa. He gives him a fruit
Ah.
and he goes and asks him, you go and eat in a place where there is no Lord
And he comes back.
or where you can't see Lord.
Yeah.
And then all the other people they came, back by consuming the fruit. But Kanakadasa came out with a fruit in his hand and he said, I did not find a place where I can't see Lord.
Yeah.
So I couldn't eat this.
See.
So when you are evolved as a soul, then you will see Lord everywhere.
That's true. So Krishna is giving that. Basically, 10 chapter Krishna wants you to become an Uttam Bhagavat.
Uttama Bhagavat.
Yeah.
Okay.
A person who can see God
Everywhere.
That's what he wants. So he's giving some examples. You can see like this, you can see like this, you can see like this. But finally he tells Arjuna, when you connect with me, you'll be able to see everything in relationship to me.
Oh,
That ability you will have.
superb. So he has given a lot of analogies and examples.
Yeah.
And then finally he wants us to see him everywhere.
Yeah.
Beautiful chapter, and we really got to know a few very important understandings that this Jagat is not mithya through this.
Yeah, that is one practical take.
Takeaway from this, and try to see Lord in everything, good and bad.
Yeah, good and bad. You're right.
Good and bad.
To start, how to see, somebody might ask how to see. Okay, read 10 chapter, take these examples. First practice these examples in your life. Then automatically when you practiced, the experience you will be able to see everything else.
Superb, Swamiji. Fantastic chapter and very practical takeaway. Thank you so much for
Hare
this.
Krishna.
Hare Krishna.